Spoilers for the upcoming chapter 260 of Jujutsu Kaisen are now available. Todo and Yuji face Sukuna together, and the chapter ends with a shocking cliffhanger. The return of our freaking honored one character Gojo Satoru. We gotta talk about that at the last, so let's jump into spoilers. In the spoilers, we got to see Todo's left arm has been replaced with something called Vibraslap. The narration explains that the activation of Boogie Woogie has now changed from Todo clapping his hands together to parts of the Vibraslap hitting each other. Todo's now capable of swapping around 50 times within a second. Yuji and Todo attack Sukuna simultaneously, catching him off guard. Todo used a binding vow on the number of times he could swap with the Vibraslap. This maximized his cursed technique, and he can now have multiple targets. He also expanded the technique's range. The narration says Todo evacuated the sorcerers out of Sukuna's domain successfully. Sukuna thinks Todo showed up at an inconvenient time. Before Todo can kick Sukuna, he avoids it. Todo notes that Sukuna is capable of dodging mid-air. Yuji throws a rock in their direction. Then Todo swaps Yuji and the rock, allowing Yuji to kick Sukuna. Sukuna grabs Yuji by the face and attempts to attack. However, Todo keeps switching around while Yuji keeps punching Sukuna at his blind spots. Sukuna realizes the number of times Todo switches per tap can vary, so it would be almost impossible to get the hang of Boogie Woogie. However, Sukuna tries figuring out when Todo's going to switch, which is when Yuji's at peak focus. He thinks Todo might fake the switch by swapping something else instead of Yuji, so he prepares to land a hard punch on Yuji. But Mei's crow arrives and Sukuna realizes he misinterpreted Todo's move. Sukuna believes they switched with the crow, so he tries to adjust accordingly, but Todo tricks him again. Todo didn't switch places, and Yuji lands a black flash on Sukuna. Yuji then uses his hand to pierce through Sukuna's chest. And this is really brutal, guys. Before the biggest blown up. I know that I guessed wrong at previous chapter spoilers video, and at the end of the chapter, Sukuna attempts to use domain expansion, but sees a mysterious silhouette. The narration explains that Sukuna saw the strongest ghost he buried with his own hands. The final panel looks like Gojo. The editor's note at the end says those eyes are unmistakable. And yeah, this is the biggest blow up in the spoilers that they did it when fans lost all of their hope. Almost. JJK is not on break next week, so after releasing the full chapter, we may know if he is really Gojo, or there is something different situation going, like hallucination or whatever. I think we will get to know if that was Gojo or not in chapter 261. It's just assumption. Subscribe for the full chapter coming as there are no break next week.